Vedanta about their smelter plant. There has been a protest there, can produce about 400,000 ton of copper cathode annually. Plant has been shut since March 27th, and I think some pollution related issues are causing the unrest there with the workers. Mr. P. Ramnath, who's CEO of Sterlite Copper Vedanta, joins in for further clarification. Mr. Ramnath, take us through what the situation is right now.
Well, we totally regret what happened yesterday. It was completely uncalled for and very unfortunate. We had, in fact, taken all precautionary steps for getting the court order of Section 144, and the police and collector had also taken precautionary steps for a peace meeting with the protesters, but only one faction agreed to what they.
We've got you on a very patchy line. We can get some background noise. I think it's a bit windy where you are, so we'll just repatch with you in just a moment. But that's the news. It has been an area of contention for the business, and of course the protests against Vedanta smelter in Tamil Nadu has turned violent. 9 people were killed in police firing, which is why Mr. Ramnath was expressing his concern and his disappointment over the matter. We'll of course come back to you with the story as in when we get an update. Vedanta, however, is down 3% at 261. I believe Mr. P. Ramnath is back with us. Mr. Ramnath, you were expressing your concern over the issue.
Yeah, I was saying that what happened yesterday was totally unfortunate and uncalled for, even though we had taken steps to impose Section 144, and police and collector had also called for a peace meeting, but unfortunately only one of the factions agreed to what they had to say and kept away from any violent protests. But the other faction, they took matters in their own hands, and they started attacking the police, collectorate, and damaged a lot of vehicles and property. And even our own township was attacked, and a lot of employee vehicles were burnt. So there was total lawlessness, and definitely there was an infiltration of a number of nefarious elements who had their own interests, and therefore it took a violent turn. So in fact, we had expected it to be peaceful given the imposition of Section 144 and the efforts made by the police and collectorate, but it has been unfortunate.
But what is your stance on the whole issue of there not being compliance with local environmental laws?
I think that's a completely wrong impression that the protesters have been giving the general public, and they've been spreading canards and false information. In fact, the last several years, the plant has been functioning with complete compliance to all the environmental norms. And currently, the plant has been shut down for regular maintenance for the last 2 months. So there was absolutely no reason for them to start this kind of protest, and there was no trigger for them to do it. So therefore, clearly they have been incited by some nefarious elements.
Right, but even if it's routine maintenance for which the plant has been shut down, which I'm sure does impact your production for the quarter, the Pollution Control Board, I believe, had rejected your license in April. What has been done to assuage those concerns and get the plant up and running again?
No, as I said, this is a budgeted and a planned maintenance. We take this maintenance once in 4 years, so it is already planned and budgeted. So there is really no loss of production. On the other hand, I would say that in terms of the 4 or 5 conditions which the Pollution Control Board has stated, and based on that, they have refused to renew the consent to operate. I would say that all these conditions are untenable, and in fact, I think we are taking up in the court. So as of now, it's sub judice, and the next hearing is on June 6th.
Okay, I believe the next hearing on this is on 6th June. Do you think a firm resolution would be in place on that day, or would this take some more time?
We expect that we should receive a resolution on that day. That's what we are hoping for.
All right, Mr. Ramnath. Thanks very much for joining us and clarifying on this issue.